You're such an asshole.
Morning, everyone. Asshole Consulting. Go to assholeconsulting.com if you have questions or you have some big life decisions to make, because everyone's been lying to you this entire time about what you should do and what conventional wisdom is. So drop a couple bucks on an evil asshole like me at assholeconsulting.com, where I, the world's only professional asshole, the Dark Knight of advice columns, the IKEA of consultants, will tell you what's what. Hey, Cappy, my girlfriend and I are 22 years old and have lucked into a living in an area where the service industry is booming. During the off season, we make around $2,000 to $4,000 each month, so that's $36,000 a year. And during the seasons, we make around about $4,500 each. So you're both what, 40, 45. So then gross, you're combined 90 grand. You guys are making more than most college graduates are. That's awesome. You guys aren't even, that's great. Good for you kids. I spoke with my girlfriend and we are both ready to plan our financial futures. We both understand how compounding works, and we've agreed that we should work as hard as possible for as long as we can and aim to invest between $4,000 to $8,000 a month into our future. If we both work at Walmart in the mornings, we would be projected to meet that goal, as we are both minimalists. All right, well, I understand the aggression to want to bank as much money as possible. But at the same time, the whole idea of being a minimalist is that you don't have to work that hard. Now, I do understand if it's like, let's make this money and then really not work at all down the road. Okay. But just so you know, don't get so caught up in work that you get fat, she gets ugly, and then you guys wonder why the hell you were dating each other in the first place. All right, questions. My girlfriend and I pay $1,200 a month for rent and be considering housing. If everything goes as planned, we'll have saved up enough money to buy a house outright within 2 years. Cool. Do you think it'd be wise to take $150,000 for our investment portfolio? I see it as a hedge against life, always having a roof and inflation, as $1,200 taxes, insurance as additional income. We'll no longer be paying rent. You're right there on the cusp. I like the idea. We just had another kid from North Dakota like, oh, should I buy? I'm like, you're too young. You don't know where you want to be. I like the idea. If you already have $150,000 in your investment portfolio, it's very doubtful that money is making you the money you'd be saving on rental income. And this assumes the money in your investment portfolio is not 401k IRA money, because if it is and you pull it out, well, then you got to pay the penalty on it, and that's very expensive. So if that's just like cash or non 401k IRA money, yeah, I'm kind of inclined, because that $1,200 a month you're going to save is a higher dividend than what you're earning over in the stock market. Likely. It depends on what you pay for the housing. So I'm going to say a very cautious yes. I would buy a house. You're in Florida, so there's no state income taxes. That would, at minimum, give you the homestead or the domicile there. So you would pay no income taxes. And you can travel around the country and the world, but your state, your home is in Florida, so you don't pay the personal income tax. But you're going to want to do a lot of research and make sure that you pick the right property, all right? You guys said you want to have maybe kids down the road, but maybe, and that's down the road, you have this plan. I would think with that amount of money, if you buy the right property, it's in good shape. You could maybe rent it out, like you have a couple rooms you could rent to some buddies that you definitely trust to help increase your rental income, further subsidize the mortgage, further provide a higher rate of return. Cool. Also something that you could leave and maybe Airbnb out if you're in Florida and it's a touristy area. That's another thing to consider. So I'm saying a cautious yes to the house, especially since you're sitting on that much cash. But do your research, crunch your numbers, assume property, insurance, repairs, vacancy, all these things that you got to consider. Make sure you do it the right way so that you buy the house. And another big thing is you're not dicking around repairing the damn thing. Houses take maintenance, and you don't have time for that bullshit, okay? But if you do it right, yes, that can it may anchor you down a little bit, but if you do it right, you should be able to go and travel around the country once you achieve your fuck you money fund. 2, my girlfriend is planning to enroll in a 2-year sonography program. The projected job growth over 2 years is around 22%, and the cost of the program is only $6,000. How much money would you advise we have saved while she attends school? She has to go to school full-time for a program. Her living expenses are, as a couple, around $2,000. Well, you got plenty of money. You just pay cash. Hang on. Let's go see if this is even worth. Let's see what a sonographer work makes. Diagnostic medical sonographers. Okay. Employment. Mean hourly wage $34. Is this an occupation? What is this? Produce ultrasonic recordings for internal organs. You're gonna have a more fun job than you thought. Hourly wage $33 for a 2-year program. Yeah, what's starting? $23 an hour. Yeah, you know what, dude? You guys make enough as servers that it's. I mean, if you're getting good tips, I'd almost use this as your plan B. Like she goes to school full time if or in the off season she goes. If there's a way, I know it's got to be full time, but if there was a way to do it part time. Yeah, that's a good skill to have. It would help you move around. Employed by state. Florida looks very high. Let's see if there's any more. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Median salary is $67,000. Yeah. Only cost $6,000. Yeah, for the real issue is the time you're being invested. Look, you guys got enough time. I would say yeah, because here's what you can do. This will diversify. Right now, you guys are just servers, and if the service industry goes to pot in your area, well, then you both got to move. Now, if all of a sudden she goes to school and works part time, and then you're working full time, maybe you delay your fuck you fund money development right off the bat by a year or two. But then now she's a sonographer. And she has a diversified skill that, okay, all of a sudden the service industry goes down, and instead of both of you being fucked, only you are. And she's fine, and now you're her bitch. I think, yeah, for the 2 years program and only $6,000, I would do that. It warrants the cost, especially median, and the fact you can go ahead and work other places. How much money would you advise we have saved while she attends school? Dude, if you're sitting on $150,000 in investment portfolio, you got plenty of money. Money is not your concern, all right? And on top of it, as long as you guys are minimalists, you're not pissing away your money, you'll be fine. So you guys have enough money. Have her go to school. It's only $6,000. She sounds like the type that could not only go to school full-time, but then also work part-time as well. You guys sound like, because you're working at Walmart in the mornings, and then you're working those shifts, so you guys certainly have the work ethic. I think there's a lot of work and not enough education. Yeah, definitely she should go and do this. I would do it. Our living expense. To be honest, planning to enroll in online accounting classes. However, I plan to work full-time while attending classes, so I was looking into perhaps going to school part-time. I'm not against going to school full-time and working part-time if my finances permit it. Would you recommend an online accounting degree? Yeah, that's not going to hurt you, dude. Here's the thing, is you got all the time in the world to take these classes. You guys are making more, both of you, separately, make more than the average person out of college. Hell, I think you make more than the average person graduating with an accounting degree. You guys got it. You guys are making money. Continue with what works, and then pursue education as a secondary goal, a secondary plan. So that if this goes away, then you guys have some skills to fall back upon. But right now, the iron's hot with what you're doing. I like your plan. You're saving up money. You got a ton of it. You're doing better than most people do with degrees, and good degrees, I might add. So I would put your education on the back burner while the only reason to go to college is to make money. I don't care what anybody else says. And you guys know that. You're making money. So it should be, what if this market dries up? Oh, then I have an accounting degree. Your girlfriend has a sonography degree. So I like it, but don't have it cut into your social life. Don't have it ruin, sex and Netflix night or whatever you young millennial kids do nowadays. Do millennials have sex? Do anyone know how to have sex anymore? Is that a thing? I'm kidding. Although you see some of them, you wonder. If you would, should I work part-time and withdraw money from the markets to cover the difference in living expenses if there are some, or would you work full time and go to school for part time? Yeah, I would go to school part time. I would just pay for cash, take a class here or there, learn to do accounting, and even with accounting, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you need to learn the skills. It really is a trade, but because you have to go get a bachelor's degree, you have to waste so much fucking time. So I would go get an associate's, and then I would be skilling up on the internet, reading books at the library, and then like working part-time as an accountant, or offering to work at Walmart as an accountant or a bookkeeper, or something that you could get into office or clerical work. Because you're going to learn more and get more skills. And almost to the point, I'd say that between a bachelor's and an associate's, there's not that much of a difference, especially if your resume, like, yeah, I did accounts payable, accounts receivable, I did inventory evaluation, I compiled financial statements, I know the accounting cycle, I do bookkeeping. That is almost just as valuable as something that says, oh yeah, I have your bachelor's degree. Even though bachelor's people, obviously they're sought out more, they're going to make more money, but since you guys have a little bit more hustle, and this is your plan B, and you can always go back to school to get your bachelor's, take your classes very part-time, focus on the job, don't take out any more money, wait for your girlfriend to come offline, then maybe you can go to school a little bit more, and then her money as a sonographer can go ahead and pay for the cash for you to go full-time. But no, I think you guys are doing well right now. 2C, should my girlfriend and I... Oh wait, did I skip ahead of anything? How much money should we have before we start? You got enough money. What do you mean? Look, as long as you guys work full-time, you're going to have enough money, all right? You have this idea in your head that there are numerical finish lines that are finite and set. No, there is none, okay? It's save as much money as you can. Be frugal with your money as much as you can. There's not like, oh, you have $143,000, but not $143,000 in one. Well, shit, you can't go to college. If you have 150 grand in your stock market account and you guys are intending to bank away 4 to 8 grand a year, and you guys cumulatively make 90 gross, you have enough money for both of you to attend college part-time and work your full-time jobs. And especially if you're sitting on $150,000 cash or investments. So don't even, well, how much money should we have saved up before we start? The amount you have now. Because you don't even need it. You're going to be generating enough money with your jobs to pay for your part-time schooling. Should my girlfriend and I attend school at the same time, or should we space it out for income consistency purposes? Debt is an option, but it's highly... Yeah, I'd try and stay out of debt. No, one working full-time, so the other one shuts down the engine part-time, goes to school, and then switch. I like what you're doing. I like your idea. I like the fact you have so much cash. I like the fact that you can probably get a house. But yeah, both of you don't... While the iron is hot, make your money. Don't, oh, well, let's both go to college. Oh, shit, we came back and all the jobs aren't there anymore. That is an option, but highly repulsive. Yep, don't even bother with that. We do not want any debt. Nope. I would rather work and save and wait than take out some loans. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the way to do it. And then, yeah, for 22. Yeah, so I like your idea. We had a little bit more conversation about what do you want to do, kids, marriage, that kind of thing. You sound like you have a much more quality than average girl there. And it sounds like you guys are kind of on the same page. You're taking a very cautious approach to life. But I would do that. I would, if your schedule allows for it, before she goes to college, you guys should maybe do a little bit of road tripping and figure out the country a little bit instead. I understand if you guys are very busy and you can't take off from work, but remember, the goal of being a minimalist and putting all this work up front is to have fun and to work less in life, to answer to no one, to be truly free. So don't forget that. That's the point and the goal. Don't get addicted to the money. You know, remember that the larger goal is to go out there and have fun. So anyway, you guys are doing really good. Probably the best I've seen for millennials. Best of luck to you. Toodles.